TikTok. Reel and Roll is on the clock. I'll turn that down.
Arch Manning, 67-yard rushing touchdown.
He could be something today. He could be something today. What up, TikTok?
You know what he could be? A fucking starter.
You know
somewhere.
Oh, we're going to get into that too here in a little bit, though.
Couldn't he? He definitely could be a starter somewhere.
Yeah, he's going to be the starter of Texas next year.
Yeah, next year. Yo. What's up, B. Will? Should I drop Purdy for Carr?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, next week Carr's going to carve up Philly's defense.
Man, I probably. I hate to even say that because I hate Derek Carr so much.
Philly's defense is dog water.
No, I really like Quinion Mitchell, though.
Me too.
He looks good.
I think he's going to be a good asset to that defense.
All right, we're live over here on TikTok.
And we're live.
We're live over here on the Book of Faces and the YT.
The YT professional. I like it.
You know,
I wouldn't. Carr will finish bad.
See, that's how I feel, man.
What's up, Jamie Prowse? There's our dog.
We're going to get into all this. We're going to get in. B. Will would be a good person to go with us.
B. Will
we were just talking about that.
Would be. I like B. Will.
We're talking about spreading the word of Reel and Roll Sports, and we're going to need a crew to go with us when we do this. But it's going to happen, and B. Will would be a good one. All right, TikTok. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about all the games that happened this weekend, all the heartbreak, all the cheer, a lot of injuries, lots of upsets. We got a benching of a #1 overall pick for a Red Rocket.
Lord.
We got everything. We're going to talk about everything. So let us know.
Should be a good day.
Share these lives. Share lives. If you do not like our posts or our page yet, give us a follow. We're on the road to 10,000 followers. That's the next goal.
We got a hike.
We got a hike.
We
We just hit 5K last weekend or last week.
Last weekend.
We got to climb still, but we're going to make the climb. We're going to make it.
Fantasy question right off the rip. I like it, B. Reese. You new to the page. Smash that follow.
Smash that follow, B. Reese, or we're going to answer you.
Waddle, Singletary, Tyler Johnson, McConkey, and Dubes. Who you like? Starting two. Waddle, Singletary, Tyler Johnson, McConkey, and Dobbs.
I'm starting Tyler Johnson because Tyler Johnson's the #1 in the LA right now. He's a #1 or a #2.
Yeah.
And give me Waddle because I think Skylar Thompson's going to Ooh, I don't know. I take that back. Give me Singletary. Give me Singletary over Waddle because that Seahawks secondary is playing good. Miami's going to play in Seattle. I think I'm going to avoid Skylar Thompson this week. All right, let's get into the games. You ready? You got anything else you want to talk about before we get in the games?
Yeah, Waddle or D-Rob.
Waddle or D-Rob.
This is a different guy. Guys, you knew the page. Smash that follow.
Give me D-Rob. Give me Stafford slinging it to D-Rob.
Todd, I don't know if you're new to the page or not. He asked, what do we think about Tua? We talked about this, what was it, Sunday?
Yeah, we talked about it Sunday. We talked about Tua a little bit Sunday. Personally, I feel like he should at least sit down and talk it over with his family about retiring. But, I mean, he played all last year and didn't have no injuries at all. And he led the league in passing. He's a really good quarterback. He's a football player, and I think it's going to be hard for him to step away. But I think he should, but I don't think he will.
Yep, I agree. Totally agree. I mean, as a dad, you know, I mean, football's a brutal sport. You know, I mean, I played football. I love football. Football is my favorite sport, but it is brutal. Football's a brutal sport. Whenever you see your family, your kid, you know, I mean, your dad taking a beating and things happening, sees your like things happening to him, you know what I mean, on the field, and he could walk away. You know what I mean? He has
26.
He has the ability to walk away, you know what I mean?
26.
And has a bright future to anything he puts his mind to.
26, 2 kids, a wife,
you know what I mean?
got a long time
college
left.
Education and everything, you know what I mean? So,
but he's a football player.
And his heart's going to be hard to walk away from. As a non-selfish decision, I would definitely walk away.
I think he's going to miss like 6-7 games.
What up, Neil? You guys new to the page? Smash that follow.
Hey, Neil. Feel the Neil.
Feel the Neil, baby. Kareem Hunt might be a Chief. I picked up off waivers.
They worked. They're bringing in Kareem Hunt today to work him out. We're going to get to that injury. That was one of the heartbreaker ones for me. Pacheco, one of my favorite players in football. I love him. So we're going to get to that when we get to that. One of the
Viking fans said, we beat the Niners. One of the Sean was here. I remember him. I remember you, Sean. Smash some likes for me, baby.
Sean, our buddy Adrian,
Skull,
Gatsky.
Give us hell.
They have already.
Give us hell. We deserve it.
We deserve it.
We deserve it.
Now, I ain't going to lie. I still think you're last place. I still think you're last place. Defense is a lot better than I thought it was.
Todd,
it
it's going to
really
be
was.
nice. I like it.
That 97-yard prayer to Justin Jefferson. I mean, it was Justin Jefferson making play.
Absolutely.
Darnold. If you remember a long time ago, I said that I thought that Sam Darnold could be the new Geno Smith. Never did anything. Finally got an opportunity with decent weapons and become a solid quarterback. And Sam Darnold has been solid through the first 2 weeks of the season. Will it hold up? We'll see. But we'll get to the Vikings later. Let's get into games. Our buddy King Tilly's Raiders defeat the Baltimore Ravens 26-23. That's another one. We were all on Baltimore.
All on Baltimore.
We had a few of them this weekend. We were all on them. We all lost.
And that's a couple weeks in a row now that teams, Bengals and Patriots week one, that we thought, hey, these are locks. You know what I mean? These are teams that should have won. I know it's week one. You know what I mean? I know it's week two. People still finding the grooves, still getting gelled in, you know what I mean, together. But some teams that we thought that should have won didn't win.
Once again, the Ravens had a 10-point lead in the fourth. And it's kind of like that one drive they gave King Henry the ball once and then they went away from him. I'm like, I know it's early in the year and you want King Henry there late in the season, playoff time, end of the year. But if you don't make the playoffs, then you ain't going to need him late in the year. So in these games when it's close, you got to use the guy.
You got to feed the beast.
Feed him, man. Feed him.
Feed the beast.
And the Ravens didn't. And, the Raiders came back. Devontae Adams, big game. Brock Bowers is a stud, which we all thought that Brock Bowers was going to be a stud. And the Raiders were big upset to me this week. Gardner Minshew played all right, played solid. But yeah.
Matt had a good question on here. He's a good fantasy question. He said, should I start Rashid Shaheed over Tyreek this week with no Tua?
Oh, God. See, that's hard
tough
to do. See,
I don't know what you're getting now.
I can't do it.
Tua's going to, Tyreek's going to get catches.
To me, I can't do it. But if you got the sack to say Tyreek's, we said this last week, all Rashid Shaheed does is score touchdowns.
That's all he does.
That's all he does. Every week the guy gets a deep touchdown. Got another one this week. We'll get to that later, but I can't do it. I can't take Tyreek out of my lineup.
I said the same thing, baby.
But if you can, I'm not mad at you.
Jay Dorn, that's a hot take here.
Hot take.
If you're new to the page,
hot takes.
You ain't gonna like this one. If you're new to the page, smash that follow. As a Jags fan, breathe, all right? As a Jags fan, I think it's time to give up on Trevor.
No, not yet. Not yet.
He's
up. He played one of the best defenses in football this week and looked awful. I mean, how many times Cleveland's defense made somebody look awful?
Cleveland's top 5 defense in the league.
Yeah. So pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes on T-Law.
Todd saying King Henry's going to have a downfall season.
Well, I think he's going to be fine, but they got to feed him the ball. There was a couple running backs that we talked about this past weekend.
You think P. Ryan or Steele takes the role?
I think both of them. I think they're both going to get a bunch of carries. I think Steele's going to get most of the carries. And
Let's go Chiefs. Austin, what's up, buddy?
He's going to catch a lot.
B. Will says T-Law's fine. Ha ha, sunshine.
T-Law's fine. But we talked about there were a couple running backs that you need to feed the ball.
Steelers got a nasty defense. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we sure
Top 5,
do.
baby.
Top 5 in the league, baby. All right. So Ravens.
Guys, thanks for coming in. 62 people watching right now on the talk.
0-2 Baltimore Ravens. You know, one thing they said that this is the first time in so long that an defending MVP,
a little bit of both
is 0-2. But you know what I hate about that? Anybody who watched football knew damn well that Lamar Jackson wasn't the MVP of the football league last year. It's a watered down quarterback award.
Quarterback's getting it.
Everybody knew Tyreek Hill or Christian McCaffrey should have been the MVP last year. They just gave it to Lamar because he's the best. He was the best quarterback.
He had the best
year.
stats.
Exactly. It's a watered down award. I hate the MVP award. Can't stand it. All right. So Ravens 0-2. I'm thrilled about it. A little surprising to me, though.
Neil wants to know, do I take the Steelers D again this week?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Can't get away from it,
I
right?
mean, you can't. I mean, it depends on who your other options are, but I mean, I'm not letting Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers scare me if I got the Steelers defense in fantasy. I mean, J.K. Dobbins he's running good, but he ain't got T.J. Watt.
Talking about Baltimore struggling. Todd saying he's got Baltimore over Dallas this week.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Going to be a good one. And it's a pretty important game.
0-2 Ravens, 1-1 Cowboys. Woo, it's going to be a big one.
The lost team here hurts.
Hurt big time. Big time. Can you imagine Baltimore goes 0-3? There's a lot of people that have Baltimore in the
Pittsburgh start
Super Bowl.
3-0.
Pittsburgh 3-0.
Woo!
I'm taking that.
Taking that all day, huh?
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
We were just talking about this. Someone, Jacksonville Jaguars lose to the Cleveland Browns 18-13. A lot of Jags fans on here already saying it's time to pull the plug on T-Law. You guys think it's time to pull the plug on T-Law?
Sure.
No.
What's TikTok guys? Prowse, put that. Prowse, you're here. Put that up in the chat. That's a good poll. What do you guys think?
Is it time? Is T-Law dog water?
Is it time to walk away from T-Law?
I don't think it's time to walk away from T-Law.
What do you guys think?
Cleveland's top 5 defense in football.
We're not talking year one now. I mean, what year are we in here?
I mean, let's be honest. T-Law just had him in the playoffs. I mean,
is everyone just seeing it though because how good Stroud did?
We all thought that Trevor Lawrence was going to be generational, and we seen what CJ did last year, and that's what everyone expected Trevor to do. Trevor had an awful game this week. But he's not bad. He just had a really, really bad week. He's still a solid quarterback. Listen,
guys, put your answers up in the poll for me.
He might not be top 10 in the league, but there ain't 15 quarterbacks in the league that you're taking over Trevor Lawrence.
Guys, put your answer up in the poll for me. 21 people in here watching. You guys think it's time to give up on T-Law?
I'll tell you right now.
TikTok's up in the top corner up there for me.
I'll trade Justin Fields and Russell Wilson for T-Law right now. Bring him to Pittsburgh. Bring him on over. But anyway, Browns won 18-13.
Would you trade T.J. Watt and Justin Fields for him?
No, I wouldn't trade T.J. Watt for anyone.
Okay.
Anyone in football. Maybe Patrick Mahomes.
Is Andy Dalton going to pull a Geno Smith and revive his career?
No, he's not. You know why? Because he's on the worst team in football.
We have decided.
That's it. He's on the worst roster in football. No, Andy Dalton is not going to do anything. So did you watch any of the Browns Jags?
Very little.
I didn't watch much of this at all. Cleveland's defense played really well. Yeah. Jacksonville did nothing really all day. Jags are a little bit underwhelming. The AEW wrestling it was a halftime.
Was it a halftime?
It was a little AEW wrestling at halftime. It apparently didn't fire the crowd up. They said that half the stadium was empty to make the AEW wrestlers feel like they were at home.
But you got to think halftime, too, people's going to get food and stuff. You know what I mean? But that's cool. You know what I mean? And that, honestly, AEW could get a couple fans by just doing that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You know what I mean? So it's cool. And plus, halftime, you get a free, you know what I mean? You get a free show.
Safety headed to IR? They lost a safety, too?
And O-line suffers another injury.
My goodness.
That's a topic. That's a whole nother topic.
We're going to get to that when we get to But the Rams, if you're a Rams fan, man.
Well, yes. 66% says yes. Get rid of.
You're crazy. You're crazy, man. Y'all them fans.
It happens.
Y'all them fans that as soon as your team loses, you want to fire the coach.
Blake wants to know: do you think Jamar wakes up? He's killing my fantasy.
I think
he's all right. I mean, it's week 2. They played a good team.
He's fine. If you don't want him, trade him. Someone will take him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So moving on, because nobody cares about the Browns and Jags. Sorry, it was an awful game. Awful game.
I mean, good win for the Browns.
Yeah, good win for the Browns. It was the only team other than the Steelers in the North that won. I was really pulling for the Jags. I wanted another perfect week of a Steelers win, Bengals, Browns, and Ravens loss. Jesus, that scared me. Almost pissed. But moving on.
Skull has entered the chat. Tap the screen up if you can reach it. Just the top. Yep. There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
We talk about the Vikings.
This was an important game.
Very little, Skull.
We said there was almost a must-win game in week 2. If there was, it was for the New York Jets. Jets, Jets. And the Jets won. They beat the Titans 24-17. Close.
Yeah.
Did you hear Will Levis's coach after the game? Like, I have never heard.
Not embarrass him like that's embarrassing.
I have never
That's embarrassing.
heard a coach. It was so uncoach-like. What did he say? He was stupid.
Hey Zodiac, we will be there though.
Said stupid. It called him stupid or something. Just another stupid play or something like that.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was. I've never seen a coach do that, and it was. I mean, it was stupid. But Levis, he's trying to make plays, and I get it. And he's young. He's just got to realize if I go down, it's a 2-yard loss. And he made some stupid pitch and ended up costing him a possession, and it could have cost him a football game. I mean, it might have cost them a football game. Honestly, the Titans are Will Levis this week and a big turnover last week.
2 plays away.
2 plays away from being 2-0.
Yep.
Will Levis
and played like dog shit.
He played pretty decent. I thought he played decent this week. I thought he played all right this week. But then he made that bonehead decision where he flipped the ball back trying to make a play at the end. I thought this week he was all right, but Will Levis has costed his team 2 football games already. That's big, man. But Rodgers solid. He looked all right.
Todd said Jets aren't getting the Rodgers they thought they was getting.
I think Rodgers is all right. You got to remember he ain't played football in a long time. The Brees Hall is Brees Hall. Garrett Wilson made an outstanding catch on 3rd and 1, threw one over his shoulder. But the story was the Jets might have a little bit of thunder and lightning in the backfield. Their rookie out of Wisconsin, youngest player in the league, I think he's only 19 years old, 20 years old, Braylon Allen. Is that his name, Braylon Allen? He caught and ran for a touchdown this week. Brees Hall fantasy owners, pissed when they see him running in. But yeah, he's only like 19 or 20 years old, youngest player in the NFL. Jets might have hit on something there with them two. But the Jets got the win. And that was the big thing. We talked about that. We thought that this was
it was a win for them. A team that very capable of winning, and they needed a win.
And you know what they get there now? The New England Patriots on Thursday night.
Patriots are scrappy.
They're scrappy.
I was wrong. It should be a win, though.
It should be a win.
Should be a win.
I was wrong. We'll get to that later.
Skull's in the chat.
Adrian.
We did say Vikings fans deserve to slap us in the face a little bit.
They do.
You guys can flex your muscles a little bit, Skull. We gave them a little bit of love. We was wrong. Vikings. Who did we say Vikings had this week? Someone.
CJ and the Texans.
Yep, CJ and the Texans.
This week, Texans beat them by 20. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
We're not getting ahead of ourselves. I didn't.
We don't do picks until Sunday, but Texans win by 20. Go ahead and mark that down now before the spread changes. Texans beat the Vikings this week by at least 20. We're going to roll them.
Skull, we're not there. You said put 10 on it, dude.
No, I'll put 5 on it. Weekly 5. All right, so Jets moving on to this game. 49ers Vikings. Vikings win 23-17. I'm going to be honest. I told Adrian, I told Gasky that I think their defense is a lot better than I expected them to be.
And a lot of people expected, unless you're a Vikings fan.
I'm still not sold on their offense. They threw that miracle play out of the end zone, and Justin Jefferson took it 97 yards for a score. Darnold has not. Yeah, I mean, Justin Jefferson's best receiver in football. He made a damn good play, but then he left too. So hopefully Justin Jefferson can play this week. Addison was already out. 49ers, they just didn't look good. Like, their offense did nothing. Like, if you look at the stats.
It was crazy from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it the surprise
if you look at the stats, though, the 49ers had decent stats in this game. Debo had a nice game. Mason ran the ball well. They just couldn't get any points.
Couldn't get in the end zone.
Couldn't get in the end zone for nothing. But yeah, it was very disappointing if you're a 49ers fan. But I think I read something like the 49ers hasn't won in Minnesota in like 30 years. Is that right? Adam Smith, yo.
Yo. Is
that right, Adrian?
What's up, Adam?
Is that what I read, that the 49ers haven't won in Minnesota in Clarkson? Like 30 years?
Not a Vikings fan, but I wanted to see J.J. McCarthy play this year.
Everybody did.
So bad that offense would be nice. Zodiac said yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. 30 some years to not win a game in Minnesota. But I love Minnesota. I'm going to be honest. Minnesota Vikings is one of the places I would love to go watch a game because I want to hear the big horn when they hit the first down. I want to do the skull chant with the crowd. Gatsky goes and he paints his mohawk purple. I mean, he goes all out. I would love to go to a Viking game sometime. I think it'd be a fun experience. I'd like
Just
to do
long,
that.
not in the winter.
Just, I mean, it's a dome. You're inside.
Step outside, -24.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Doors froze.
I don't even.
miserable.
I honestly don't even like to go out and check my mail in
Be
the
miserable.
winter. I really
You
don't.
go outside and it's
I
like
hate
4 foot of snow in like 2 hours. It's like, holy moly.
I hate snow. My stepdad is from Minnesota. That's where he's from. And I remember when I was young, like anytime, like I don't even like to drive in the snow. And we would have like a big ass snowstorm. And Ed's like, I'll come get you. And he just comes and he just driving
Just
like
putts around.
Of course we're live. We just started.
Still alive. Yes, sir, Scotty.
But yeah, he just driving around like no big deal. And he's like, well, this ain't nothing compared to what Minnesota has in the winter. So, but yeah, I was very surprised by that.
Thanks for the share. You guys new to the page. Smash that follow for us. I'm from Minnesota and moved to Hawaii. Big difference.
Big
difference.
What up, Donnie?
Big difference.
Moving on, one of my favorite games this
Hawaii,
weekend.
that'd be nice.
My
That'd be nice.
fighting Harbaugh and Herbie, the Chargers.
Looking good.
Defeated 2-0.
Looking good.
2-0 for the football
You know
man.
who's looking good?
Who?
J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins. Dobbins is running the ball.
Just stay healthy.
J.K. Dobbins was such a good running back, man. When Dobbins was at Ohio State, stud. When he first got to the NFL, stud.
He was.
He just
year
can't
one
stay
was
healthy.
year one was a good
Every year he gets hurt,
Yep.
and he looks good, man. He's 2 games,
Juiced up. Looks
over
a little juiced
100.
up.
Over 100 both games, touchdown both games. But the Chargers beat the Panthers 26-3. I actually watched a little bit of this game because me being a closet
You like
Charger, I
Chargers?
love Herbie,
You
my
like
favorite
Chargers?
player, and I love Jim Harbaugh.
Chargers are back, baby. Thank God.
So I watched a little bit of this. Game, and this was when we was live Sunday. I told you because I like Bryce,
You're right, Donnie.
and I said that I'm this close to giving up on Bryce because he just looks terrible. So I actually
This was
watched,
Sunday.
Actually, this was Sunday before the
Yeah,
game.
before the game.
And I actually watched a little bit
This
of
was
this
the
game.
topic.
And one of the things that I seen Bryce do, and he is so snake bitten, like just taking a beating,
We'll get there
not
later.
having any weapons. There was this play, and Bryce was rolling out, and there was nobody there. All he had to do was throw it away. No one. They were closing in on him, but not even close to him. All he had to do was throw it away, and he just held the ball and took a sack. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, this is not the Bryce Young that was at Alabama, and he's just so snake bitten. He's already rattled. He has no confidence whatsoever.
How high of a prospect was him coming out?
Number one.
You know what I mean? He was
Number one.
He was a gunslinger, real accurate and everything. You know what I mean? And it was like,
hi, Mom.
and then you go to this, hi, Mom.
He has no confidence whatsoever.
And now it's like you lose the. How long's Andy Dalton been in the league?
Well, a while, and that's the story. The big story after the game. Dave Canales has
Breaking news
yesterday. They have benched Bryce Young 2 games into his second season for the Red Rifle, Red Rocket, whatever you want to call him, Andy Dalton. And listen, I know there's a lot.
You're right, Todd. I agree, man.
I know a lot of Bengal fans, and they're acting like Andy Dalton's going to be this difference
Andy
maker.
Dalton been in the league since 2011.
Andy Dalton ain't going to make no difference. We said all last year that the New England Patriots had the worst roster in football. I no longer believe that the New England Patriots have the worst roster in football.
Carolina owns that.
We talked about this Sunday on our live. The Patriots got Ramondre, they got Christian Gonzalez, they got a couple good players on the Patriots. They got
Gonzalez,
Drake.
no joke.
No, he's a stud.
He's good.
He's a stud, man.
He's good.
But
he's out of Oregon.
When
right?
you look, when
he's
you look
good.
at the Carolina Panthers, tell me one person you want to turn the TV on and watch. No one.
None.
There is none.
How bad is it when 35-year-old Adam Thielen's getting aggravated?
Yeah,
He was aggravated.
Adam Thielen mad. Bryce has zero confidence. Bryce has no confidence whatsoever.
I mean, the
And
offensive line's dog water.
the whole team is. The line's trash,
my
the defense. That's the play I was talking about. He was rolling out. All he had to do was throw it away, and he just held the ball and took a sack.
Yeah, he got hit pretty
It's just
rough,
like
too.
it's just like, what are you doing, man? Just toss it away. That's just fundamentals. But he's just so lost.
Hey, thanks for the question. If you're new to the page, smash that follow. Diggs or Ramondre for his flex?
Diggs or Ramondre? Give me Ramondre. Ramondre running the ball hard. He's running the ball hard. He's the best player in Patriots. Him and Christian. You know what my favorite thing? I told you about this earlier before we was live. My favorite thing about the Chargers game, because I watched a lot of it. I was flipping back between Chargers, Seahawks game, and Steelers game. The Chargers had the ball 4th and like a yard, less than a yard on like around the 50 midfield, and Jim punted. And do you know how excited I was for that? I have watched Brandon Staley for the last few years, just analytics. Oh, it's 4th and a yard on our side of the field. Who cares? We're going for it. And then they get stuffed, and you just hung your defense out to dry. Jim Harbaugh, I'm going to punt the ball. I'm going to put my defense in good position. Yeah. And I was so excited when he sent out the punt team on 4th and 1 at midfield. I was like, my God, that's like a breath of fresh air for anyone who supports Herbie and the Chargers.
Hey, we'll get on the Saints here shortly.
I was so excited about that, man.
Fantasy question, Burrow or Mayfield this week?
I don't know who they play. Man. I mean, look. I mean, honestly, the Bucks are the hottest team of football, I think. One of them. Let's look. Let me see there.
I think we play them the week after.
Bucks play the Broncos.
Patrick Surtain.
Bengals play Commanders. Give me Joe Burrow.
Joey B, baby.
Give me Joe Burrow all day on that one. Two Monday Night Football games next week.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like either game either. That's what sucks. So anyway, Chargers beat the Panthers 26-3. Chargers 2-0. Head to my Pittsburgh Steelers next week, our first home game of the year.
How do you feel about that?
You know what?
I hate it.
I said this the other day. I hate it.
On days like this, that's like, it's depressing. Like, if days that your team's like going to lose or should lose, because that's a different feeling. You know what I mean? Or teams that like this, that two of your teams play each other. Is there a different food you eat? No. Is there something?
I mean, I'm a Steelers fan first. So I want them to win because I love Herbie and Harbaugh, but I mean, I'm not a Chargers fan. I mean, I'm a Herbie fan. I'm a Steelers fan at first, so I want Pittsburgh to win. But if Herbie plays really well and we lose, it's not like I'm pissed off the rest of the day.
Okay, I got you.
It's like
so it's a little bonus for you.
It's a little, I
got you.
Well, at least it was Herbie that beat us. So yeah, I'm excited for that game.
Fields is elite. I love Fields. Without Fields,
that's just somebody.
Steelers want to win a game.
That's just a troll hitting on me. That's just a troll that knows how I feel about Justin Fields. Because listen, I had several of them on my live yesterday.
Our moderator even posted that up for us, pinned that up for us.
I have in my memorabilia group, the Rip Room. I had a live yesterday, and I was giving it to people about this Justin Fields. We're gonna get to Justin Fields in a little bit when we get to that game, but we're not there yet. Moving on. Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots. Neil was in the studio with us Sunday. He picked the Patriots. We love Neil. Feel the Neil shirts coming soon. He said the Patriots were going to win. You said it was going to be close. I said it's going to be a blowout. I said Gino will light these boys up. 23-20, and Seattle was down. I mean, they were down.
I figured it'd be a scrappy game.
I was very surprised by this game. I really was. Zach Charbonnet is a nice running back, but he's damn sure not Kenneth Walker. There were so many times he had a defender one-on-one, and it's like the running back should win that. And Charbonnet got taken down so many times when he was just one-on-one with somebody. And I think if they had Kenneth Walker, it would have been a different. Big day for DK and Njigba. I don't remember what their exact stats were, but both of them had over 10 catches. Like they tore it up. But Seattle.
But Njigba's won for the last 8 months, 10 months, we've been talking about it's this guy's time. You know what I mean?
He is the number 2 now. Tyler Lockett is there. Tyler Lockett is a veteran.
Yeah.
If you need a play, game on the line, I have no. And there's that play I was talking about.
Yeah.
No, that ain't. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's it. If you need a play, you can throw it to Lockett, and that's great. But DK and Jig, but they're game changers,
2
man.
and 16.
And I'm telling you, I like the Seahawks defense. I said Sunday, Boye Mafe getting after the quarterback had another sack this week. He did leave the game with an injury. I haven't heard if it's serious or not. But yeah, the Patriots are scrappy.
Both teams are scrappy.
Jacoby Brissett played all right. Played pretty decent. Ramondre ran the ball well.
Ramondre runs
Hunter
hard.
Henry was the thing for the Patriots, man. They threw him the ball all day. He had he had at least 7 or 8
Some
catches.
games he's there, some games he's not.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's New England, and that's always been New England. Belichick or not, it seems like they just use different people at times.
Yeah. See, I'm excited about Seahawks. Seahawks 2-0. Seahawks need to take advantage right now of all the injuries in the division. We'll get to those injuries because the 49ers, we didn't talk about that. We forgot to mention Debo. Debo's hurt. Debo got hurt, and he's going to miss some time. So you're already without Christian McCaffrey.
Have they said how much time on Debo
They
yet?
just said weeks.
Okay.
They said a couple weeks. So hopefully it's not too long. But with no Debo, no McCaffrey, your defense isn't at full strength yet. And then with the Rams, who we cursed this weekend, we'll get to that later. But now no Cooper Kupp, no Puka Nakua. Their safety just went around, and they've lost 2 to 3 offensive linemen.
3 linemen.
Right now, the Seahawks are sitting at the top 2-0. You need to take advantage of this.
You need to win. Win a couple games.
Big game, Seattle and Miami this week. I'm interested to see that just because I don't know what Skylar Thompson's going to do at quarterback. But we'll get to the Dolphins later. Saints, Cowboys. Saints beat the Cowboys 44-19.
I was we was in Memphis at Bub's practice, and I was keeping an eye on the games way there and stuff, and we was in the middle of the field. They was doing some drills, and I look at my phone and like Cowboys was down like 20 some points, and I'm like, and I look at some of the stats, and Kamara's like going off. You know what I mean? He's got like 3 touchdowns. I'm like, holy shit. You know what I mean? It's like, dog. You know what I mean? Come to play.
Dog.
Saints is a team that I didn't think was like
You had them last. I had them third. I didn't expect this.
And it's early.
Now, I wanted Kubiak to be the offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh. Came over, quarterback coach from San Fran. We hired Arthur Smith. Kubiak went to New Orleans. He's calling plays now. He's the offensive coordinator there. So Derek Carr, who I have multiple times for a long time said he is trash bag number 1. He is slinging it. He is
Did you
just
see him doing a little
the little Michael Jackson,
Michael Jackson,
little crotch
whoop,
grab.
whoop.
Yeah, I liked it. But Kamara is.
He's jamming.
You remember a couple years ago when everyone said Kendre Miller was going to take Alvin Kamara's job? It's just like the Josh Jacobs. Everyone says Marshawn Lloyd, who's drafted this year, will take his job.
No. We talked about that one too.
Stop pump. Yeah.
How to win that game. That's how we talked about that one.
We'll get to that.
I think they hurt us.
No, I think they hurt us.
But somebody's got the plug.
But the Saints got good guys on defense, and I don't think Lattimore played the other day. But the Saints have a good defense. They always have a good defense. DeMario Davis, Pete Werner back there, Cam Jordan, Marshawn Lattimore when he does play. Saints got some good guys on D. But normally the offense...
Yeah, we can, Zodiac. Zodiac wants to know if Sunday we can get power rankings from us.
Yes.
Yes.
Minnesota is not in the top 10.
How many we doing?
Not
10?
in the top 10.
Or 5?
Let's do 5. Now we can do 10. Maybe I can squeeze in Minnesota just for Adrian. But yeah, I'm shocked about the Saints. They are the most surprising team in football right now through 2 weeks. Like they're playing defense. They're playing a little bit of defense.
It's a good game, Sean.
They've scored over 40 points in both games.
Hey, Todd said my favorite sports podcast on TikTok.
Hey,
we like that.
I love that. Send us a picture, Todd. We'll hang it on our wall behind us.
Whitey tighties.
But But I was stunned, man. I couldn't believe this. I picked Dallas to win. I thought Dallas was going to roll New Orleans. I thought
Dallas was hot. They put a thumping on Cleveland.
Shocked me. This was my shocker.
Jerry World.
Do you believe in New Orleans?
No.
I don't either.
No.
I don't either.
It's still early.
New
It's still
Orleans
early.
and Minnesota both 2-0, and I don't believe in either one of them.
I don't.
I don't believe in
Got
either
'em-
one of them.
I still got them both in line.
And listen, if I'm wrong, I'm going to eat my crow just like I do any other time I'm wrong. And look, trust me, I'm going to be wrong a lot.
Zodiac says crazy, Dan. You're 0-2 against me.
I am 0-2 against him this year.
It's early.
It's early. I'm going to
It's
go.
early. How many weeks in this thing?
I'm about ready to go on a 6-game streak. And it all starts this week with CJ and the Texans. But yeah, I was surprised by that one. I was really surprised by that one. All right, moving on. Dog water game of the day, and it lived up to the hype.
I hope so, Todd. God,
Washington Commanders defeated the New York Giants 21-18.
We're almost there. We're talking collectibles will be there in Chicago very soon.
21-18. Washington beat the Giants. This game was.
They didn't score a touchdown.
We talked about this the other morning as well. The only two things to pay attention to in this game, if you wanted to watch an exciting player, was Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
Malik Neighbors. Both of them played well. Neighbors.
The LSU world.
Neighbors is a dog.
Exchange jerseys at the end.
Neighbors is going to be special.
I like Neighbors.
He's going to be special, man. Now, it broke my heart when he dropped that ball at the end to lose in the game. But they should have won the game because their kicker was hurt going into the game. And they didn't dress an emergency kicker. They didn't dress another kicker. So at the end of the game, they could have kicked a field goal to go up. And they didn't have a kicker. So they went for it on fourth down.
How crazy is it to think that no one can kick that far of a field goal?
I agree. I remember when Chad Johnson kicked a field goal. You're telling me, but if your kicker is hurt going in and he's not healthy, why don't you have an emergency kicker? They had to go for it on fourth down. They would have won the game.
You can't. I mean, you can't go.
They might have won the game. Washington could have tied, but they went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Washington drove down, kicked a field goal, won the game. Over. 7 field goals.
7
for the Commanders.
Not
this
one
week.
touchdown.
No touchdowns. I experienced this last week. Steelers, no touchdowns last week. 6 field goals. Washington, 7 field goals.
Herbert, Stafford, or Carr next week. Pick 2.
Herbert, Stafford. I'm avoiding Matt Stafford at all costs.
Herbie and Carr.
Carr. Who's the Saints got?
Flag will fly.
Ooh, I'm starting Carr. I'm starting Carr against Philly's secondary. I'm starting him. Rashid Shaheed's going to get 2 over the top.
That's fucked.
Well, who you going to start? Are you going to start Carr against you guys, or are you going to start Herbie against us? And knowing that Jim's going to run the ball. It's Carr. It's Carr. It's Carr. But yeah, Washington Giants was awful. But the only thing I took out of that game is Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is going to be just an absolute superstar. He's good, man.
He's good.
He's real good.
He's good.
We actually said Sunday, I said that 2 guys would get their first touchdowns this week, and Neighbors was one of them. We'll get to that other one here in a little bit because he balled out as well. And he didn't take no time at all Sunday.
He did not.
Moving on, this was our game of the day that we thought, at least the game at 1 o'clock, Bucks and Lions. It ended up being a good game.
It was a good game.
It ended up being a good game. Bucks won. I'm surprised by this. I picked the Lions. I thought the Detroit was the better team. Rashad White got hurt early, and I do not think he actually came back into the game. I'd never seen what happened to him, though. Did you hear what happened?
I haven't seen anything.
Heard. But Baker,
touchdown maker.
Baker was baking. Mike Evans, small game. He didn't do much, but Chris Godwin tore it up again. Godwin in the slot is so good, and he's healthy. Man, Bucks.
Johnny wants to know, should I drop Williams for hopes of Huntley starting on Dolphins?
No. Lord, no. Lord, no.
Lord, no.
Lord, no. Don't do that. No.
Bear down.
You shouldn't. Bear down, baby. We're going to get to that in a little bit.
Oh, shit.
All right, but Tampa Bay beat Detroit 20-16. All day, Lions just couldn't put it together.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you guys.
They just couldn't put it together, man. I was surprised by that one. I thought that the Lions
Waddle or
offense
Swift at the flex?
Waddle. Swift ain't done nothing. Running game for the Bears is non-existent.
Should he drop Bo Nix?
Yes. Well, I mean, it depends.
What you have?
It depends on that also depends on what kind of league it is. If you're in a dynasty league, then no, you don't drop Bo Nix. Keep him. Pump the brakes. If it's a redraft league, yeah, drop Bo Nix. He ain't gonna do anything this year. Nothing. Drop him.
Cut it.
Moving on. We told you the blueprint, how the Packers was going to defeat the Colts.
We said there was one good way.
Packers beat the Colts 16-10. And just like Derrick Henry, I said Sunday, Josh Jacobs, you got to give him the football.
I mean, what was like 30?
I think he had 32
I thought
carries.
it was 32 or 36 touches.
30, well, that was carries. He might have caught a ball or two. I don't know. I thought he had 30 plus carries for the Packers. LaFleur, he just called a perfect game. Malik Willis did not have to do much. He did make a couple nice throws. Romeo Doubs had a hell of a catch on the sideline. Malik Willis is just as good as Anthony Richardson.
Oh, that's a good question to Bryce real quick. Is Bryce bad or did the Panthers fail him?
The Panthers have failed him.
Okay.
I mean, Bryce might be bad. He really might be, but the Panthers have failed him. Like I said, they're the worst roster in football. They gave up so much to get Bryce.
You guys new to the page, smash that follow. We try to answer some of you guys' questions as they come in.
That's why we bounce around weapons. They don't have no defense. They don't have nothing. Yeah. They don't have a running game. That's why I'm ready for Jonathan Brooks to get in there and see what he can do, because they don't have a running game. And I think Jonathan Brooks can be really good. But back to that Packers.
Feed a mule.
Yeah,
feed the mule, and that's what we said. To give Malik a little bit of time, you know what I mean.
Malik was 12 of 14.
Yeah, and that was plenty. That's fine. Get his feet wet. He didn't need to sling the ball 20 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we said
feed.
What I said was give Jaden Reed more touches, more end arounds, more couple direct snaps, and feed the mule. Feed Josh Jacobs.
12 of 14, 122 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. Now let me tell you the stats for my favorite player in the league, Anthony Richardson.
Let's hear him.
Listen, if you follow us, you know exactly how I feel about Anthony Richardson. Justin Fields is better than Anthony Richardson by far, and you know how I feel about Justin Fields.
Well, he's been in the league longer.
I don't care. This kid is nothing. He is nothing.
This is like a rookie year.
I don't care. He can't throw. 17 for 34, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. The kid can't throw, man.
Because he threw 3 picks?
17 of 34. Kid can't throw. He can't throw. He got a fucking cannon.
Peyton Manning leads the league with interceptions as well.
Listen, Brett Favre threw a ton of interceptions. Jameis, I love, throws a ton of interceptions. He can't throw. He's not accurate. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's like the touchdowns last week. The one where he threw that 60-yard thing, Pierce, piss missile. But it wasn't like, it was just, let me throw it as far as I can and hopefully someone catches it. It wasn't no dime right on the money.
I was just
I'm not an Anthony Richardson fan. If I'm a Colts fan, you are building something and you're stuck with Richardson, for a while, because he is a good athlete, and they're pretending that he's going to end up being like Cam Newton. He just can't throw.
Zodiac said you should say the same thing for Caleb Williams.
Well, see, that's the thing, and we're going to get to that. But from week 1 last week to week 2 this week, Caleb looked 10 times better this week.
And they should with game
speed. And he got
speed.
sacked 8 times. That's the thing. But I thought from week 1 to week 2, Caleb looked so much better. He's still taking like too many. I don't know. He's taking too many small.
Start shots. 2, guys. You're new to the page. Smash that follow, Justin. Achane, Hall, or Dobbins. Start 2.
Achane, Hall, or Dobbins.
Achane, Hall, Dobbins.
I'm starting Achane, and then it's between Breece and Dobbins. I'm sorry, but I'm a Steelers fan. I can't tell you to start Dobbins against our defense.
That's tough, though.
I'm starting Achane and Breece.
I think Dobbins might get a touchdown. But
I think he might. But
get 100-some yards is tough.
But I think both of those other guys might get a touchdown as well, and they're going to catch balls a lot too. So I would sit Dobbins.
You guys new to the page, smash that follow. We try to answer some fantasy questions as they come in. Jalen Waddle, Jameson Williams, Tank Dell must start 2. Waddle, Williams,
Williams is for sure getting a start there because he's playing.
He's been dog.
He's playing.
He's been dogging
he's
it.
so good. He's playing
He's
so
been dogging
well.
up.
He's living up to the hype of.
I think I'm going to tank down Williams.
Tank Dell hasn't done much.
I know, but I'm scared of what Waddle's going to do
with Skylar Thompson. Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you that one. I'll give you Tank.
I mean, you never know.
Don't
right
know
now.
what Skylar's going to do.
Might not even
Skylar
look his
Thompson.
way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. My Pittsburgh Steelers.
Free Diddy.
13 free Diddy. Free him. 13-6. Steelers beat the Denver Broncos. Second straight game offense.
Milk, that's a good question.
Not very good. Defense lights out. Now I will
Prowse,
give.
put that in the pen. Yeah, put that over for me.
I will give Justin Fields, because I give Justin Fields a lot of shit. I will give Justin Fields the benefit of the doubt this week, just like Caleb. From week 1 to week 2, I thought he looked so much better. He has not turned the ball over in 2 weeks, and that's big for Fields. Fields made a couple plays in that game. There was a 50-yard strike downfield to Pickens that got called back for a hold, and it was a hell of a throw. It really was. The only thing that I have a problem with Fields is right now, my biggest thing was, like, he gets criticized for running too much. And the other day, he could have took off several times, and it's like,
He's
and he
looking,
didn't.
yeah.
And it's like, run, man. Yeah. That's what you're known for, run.
Well, sometimes it's you get your mindset because everyone's saying, "Oh, he's just a runner. He's just a runner." You know what I mean? He's trying to throw the ball, and sometimes he hangs on to it too long because of that.
But he did. He played better this week than he did last week, even though we only had 13 points. He also had a touchdown to Pickens that was called back for a pick, and the official, the expert analyst official, said that he didn't think it was a pick at all, and he thought the touchdown should have counted. So if you would have put that touchdown on, and if the holding would have got called back on that 50-yarder, it would have looked a hell of a lot better than it was. We would have probably had 20, 23, 26 points. So, I mean, he did. He played a lot better, and I believe that Fields has earned the opportunity to go into week 3 as the starter. But anyone acting like I know people... And I know a lot of these people are Buckeye fans. And we all know how Buckeye fans are. They're the most unrealistic.
They hang on forever.
They're the most unrealistic fan base in the world of sports. I know a lot of these people that they post constantly about Fields and how he's so good. There is nothing that Justin Fields has showed in 2 weeks that says this man is the starter all season long.
Nope.
He played better from week 1.
And if there was, Mike Tomlin would say,
exactly,
he's our starter.
But he did play better than week 1. So he's earned the opportunity to start this week, the home opener against the Chargers.
And I think in the next day or two, he's going to give the nod. I think Tomlin's going to come out and give the nod.
I do too.
Milkman had a good question. He said, pick up Steele or P. Ryan to replace Pacheco.
That's tough because I think they're both going to get carries, but I would pick up Steele. Steele had a big fumble the other day, and Andy went right back to him. I think Steele is going to be the big ball carrier, but P. Ryan's going to get touches. And they're bringing in Kareem Hunt today to work out. I was surprised by the Hunt.
Singletary or Charbonnet?
Well, I'm hoping that Kenneth Walker's back, so let's say Singletary.
You guys need to page, smash that follow, and try to answer some of these fancy questions.
If Kenneth Walker doesn't play, then I will go Charbonnet easy. But I'm hoping Walker's back this week. I was surprised by them bringing in Kareem Hunt. I thought they would have brought back Jet McKinnon.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that Jet is like a pass catch. Like, P. Ryan, he's a good pass catcher too. But I don't know. I thought Jet was like the different back than those two guys that they got. I thought Jet would have been a better fit. But I mean, Kareem Hunt can catch the ball too.
I mean, do they not have any younger guys on the roster?
No. Carson Steele.
Like to pull up on the practice squad or nothing. You know what I mean? I would just think go younger. You know what I mean? I know some of these guys has look good and helped them for years, but I don't know. I just think I would like to just go younger on it.
We'll see about that.
Singletary, Christian Kirk, Addison, Swift in the flex. Singletary, Kirk, Addison, Swift, flex.
Well, Addison was out this week, and I definitely don't want Swift because the Bears' running game has been non-existent. So who was the other two? Singletary and who?
Let me look. I lost it.
Singletary.
Yeah, Singletary, Kirk, Addison, Swift. Singletary.
That's Singletary.
You guys new to the page, smash that follow.
But anyway, my Steelers beat the
Parkinson or
Broncos.
Freiermuth?
Parkinson. Freiermuth. I don't know. Pat had a good game, so either one. But Parkinson, they don't have no weapons. So he's
Evans
get
or Ridley?
catches.
Mike Evans or Ridley? Evans.
Give me Evans, man. He didn't do much this week, but I'm gonna take Ridley's up and down too. But I'm gonna say Mike. Steelers beat the Cards 13-6. Defense was really good. TJ Watt was in the backfield. Bo Nix was exactly what I thought he was going to do. He's going to make some rookie mistakes. He threw a horrible pick right in the end zone to Corey Trice. It was an ugly football game.
Oh, it wasn't ugly.
I mean, it wasn't ugly for me. I mean, I don't mind. A lot of people want 47-44. I like a 13-10 defensive game. I like that. I don't mind. But yeah, Steelers won. We're 2-0.
Steelers with more wins than touchdowns is crazy.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things why there's a lot of people talking
you guys
about
new to the page,
how
smash that
good
follow. What's
Justin
up, Dre?
is, and we have one touchdown through 2 games.
Justin Fields will be starting next week.
I believe that
because he's elite.
Well, he's not elite. He's not elite. There's nothing about Justin Fields that he's elite. His hair is elite. I'll give you that. He has a nice hair. I wish I had his hair.
Do you think Atlanta can beat the Chiefs Sunday night in Atlanta?
Yes. Moving on. Arizona Cardinals defeat the Rams 41-10. The other guy we said Sunday was going to have his first touchdown of the year, Marvin Harrison Jr.
From where?
From the Ohio State University. And it didn't take him no time at all. First drive, I think it might have been like first or second play or something like that, like a 60-yard touchdown. And
back in the end zone.
Beautiful catch. Toe tap back in the end zone.
Beautiful catch.
Hell of a catch.
Beautiful catch.
And then
shows why he was one of the best receivers coming out of.
And he was Maserati Marv this week.
He was.
He wasn't the Mazda this week. He was Maserati
He
Marv.
was Maserati.
And then he came right back second drive and scored another touchdown. Big reach at the end to get it in the end zone. And the story is Kyler Murray. The Cardinals were up.
Do you think Dak Bryant would say that? Des Bryant would say that wasn't a touchdown?
Oh, really?
Do you think he would have?
Oh, absolutely. Ain't no doubt about it. Kyler Murray, the Cardinals were up 17.
Dak or Herbie?
Dak. The Cardinals were up by 17 points, I'm pretty sure, on Buffalo in week 1, and they ended up blowing it. The Cardinals look good.
Cardinals, we said, I said good. Week 1, I thought they was going to upset Bills. They came out hot.
I had them on upset alert, and they almost did
2 weeks in a row. They look like a pretty good team. They got some weapons,
man.
They
dominated the Rams.
They did. And Rams are no joke. I know Rams are taking a beating right now. You know what I mean? They are. Rams, the injuries are outrageous.
We jinxed Cooper Kupp.
We jinxed Cooper Kupp and the Rams. I'm sorry. Coop out. 3 linemen out. I mean, they're beat up. Puka and IR. I mean,
if there's any Rams fans in here, I want to know. Sunday we asked this question, which, like I said,
let's put this in the chat here.
This is why we
Ford or Chandler.
This is why we feel Ford. This is why we feel we jinxed. We talked Sunday.
I think so,
if Cooper Kupp got hurt, which he did, should the Rams try to trade Matt Stafford? Should the Rams try to trade Matt Stafford? They are 0-2. They now are without Puka and Cooper Kupp for weeks. They're down 3 offensive linemen. So Stafford's running for his life. You're in a division with the Seahawks, who are 2-0, the Niners, who are really, really good and just lost a heartbreaker this week, and the Arizona Cardinals, who look really good this year.
Your next 3 games are Niners, Bears, Packers. You have Raiders in there, Vikings in there. I mean, you got some tough teams battling up.
If there's any Rams fans in here, I want to know: should the Rams trade?
I mean, you
Stafford?
could start like 1-6. You start 1-6. 2-7.
I mean, if we talked about this Sunday.
What do we say? November. What was the trade deadline?
November 5th is the trade deadline.
November 5th is the trade deadline.
So you got a month and a half until the trade
polls
deadline.
up. Polls up in the chat up there. Everyone go vote for us. What do you guys think? Should the Rams try to trade Stafford?
I mean, if I'm the Rams and somebody said you ain't gonna get nothing out of him, well, I mean, if you could get a second or a third, that would be nice. I'm just saying, if I'm the Dolphins,
What do you guys think? If you guys are the Rams, What are you guys doing? I mean, are we taking calls? I mean, you know, GMs are thinking.
Well,
you know
I mean, you
what
got to ask Stafford, number one.
for sure.
But at this point, without Puka, without Cooper Kupp, Stafford's won a Super Bowl there. I kind of feel like if you told Matt Stafford, if we could send you to the Miami Dolphins right now, are you cool with that? I think Stafford's going to say, yes, please.
But with Miami, is it sensitive because what if Tua next year says, I want to come back?
Well, Matt Stafford's old.
But not old as in like you ain't going to let him play. I mean, Matt Stafford's still good.
Yeah, and he is. And he last week, not this week, but last week, he was making just crazy throws. But you worry about the offseason and the offseason. I'm worried about right now. Tua, you're out. We're putting you on injured reserve. You can decide later. But this season, give me Stafford to sling it to Tyreek and Waddle and all those guys.
Dennis Church said he can come to Cleveland.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's realistic.
Yeah.
I think the Browns are married to Deshaun Watson.
60% yes, 40% no.
I think the Browns are married. Like
Najee or Tony Pollard?
He could come to Pittsburgh too, but I don't think that's not an option. Who?
Najee or Tony?
Najee.
I don't know, Dre.
But yeah, the Rams are in trouble right now.
Unless he touched someone else. Unless Watson.
Yeah, if he does something else, then you can get out of that contract. Then yeah, I mean, obviously, if I'm the Browns,
so what teams realistically are we looking at? The Rams are going to give the Rams a call,
well,
the Rams are calling.
We haven't even heard. You know, this is hypothetical.
Yeah,
obviously, you know, this is
and it's only week 2.
This is our little minds working.
And this is only week 2 we're talking.
But if you're looking through the teams right now, and Stafford ain't leaving to go to another dog water team. Like the Rams are going to be dog water this year. I'm not leaving to go to the.
We'll be all right,
I'm not leaving going to the Carolina Panthers.
Give me a Olave, Jeff.
Raiders. My opinion. Raiders.
Nah, you don't get off well, right?
No, too early.
What about Carolina? Nah, he ain't gonna go there.
No, ain't gonna go there. New York Giants. They're 0-2. But they got weapons. If they had a decent, I don't think so.
I don't think they'll win enough games in the next couple of weeks.
I don't think so either.
Not the Bucks. Not the.
See, there's
only a couple. There's only a couple
options.
There's only 1 or 2 teams.
Like that's why I said the other day. To me, it's the Dolphins or bust. Like if I'm the Rams, I'm calling the Dolphins and I'm saying, hey, you guys.
Chicago Collector says I say the Bears give Caleb a vet to show him some stuff.
Yeah, but that ain't happening. I mean, I think they should have a. I hate the fact that Badgett is the backup. I like when teams have a vet backup, like Dalton for Bryce, but that don't work out. But the Bears quarterbacks are both young.
Yeah,
I'd like a vet to be in my locker room. But yeah, to me, it's the Dolphins or nothing because everybody else is either bad or already has
I think it has to be the
quarterback.
Dolphins. I think if you're the Rams, I think you give them a call and say, hey,
I'd absolutely.
Hey, I know what's going on with Tua. He probably is thinking about things and what's going on,
and we're awful. What will you give us for Matt Stafford? I think they should do it. I think they should at least call and ask. You miss every shot you don't take.
For sure.
Make a call.
Take the shots.
Take a shot. But anyway, Cardinals beat the Rams 41-10. It was just a slaughter. Harrison Jr. looked good. James Conner. Let me tell you.
Yeah, we're not saying Tua's retiring. We're saying for this year.
Yeah, he might not play again this year. And the Dolphins are a contender. They're not a contender with Skylar Thompson at quarterback.
No. And can you afford to lose 5 games right now if you're Miami? I mean, because Tua's not going to be out. If he comes back this year, he's going to be out at least 4 or 5 weeks, right?
I think he'll miss 4 or 5 games at least, and that's if he even plays. Yeah. There's a lot of people think that they'll put him on IR for the year, to protect him from himself. But I don't know. I'm just saying if Tua they decide Tua's not there and able, you're going to risk your season on Skylar Thompson's arm, and I don't like it. And the Rams are.
And can you risk not knowing Tua's come back or not?
Yeah.
and not know and knowing Skylar's not winning you. So you're calling it a chalk in the year, right?
Exactly.
You're saying, well, we just wasted Mozart, Tyreek, and Waddle's year. You know what I mean? Achan's year for because Tua got hurt and we didn't make a move.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And we're not saying giving up a first round pick.
You know what I would call if I was Miami if you didn't
Huntley went there.
I like Huntley. I said this yesterday. Follow us on Facebook. I posted this yesterday. I like Tyler.
You guys
Huntley.
new to the page, smash that follow for us on the road to 10K.
I like Tyler Huntley a lot. I think it was a really good sign. But if you tell me I could go out and trade for Matt Stafford or have Tyler Huntley or Skylar Thompson, I'm going to trade for Matt Stafford. Yeah. You know who else I think would be an option to at least call? Now, I've read, I don't know if this is just internet rumors or not. I also heard that the Dolphins have reached out or have thought about reaching out to Pittsburgh about Russ. I hope not, because I hope eventually in a couple of weeks Russ is my starting quarterback. But you know who I think would be an interesting one to call? Indianapolis Colts and Joe Flacco.
What about Kenny Pickett?
What about him?
They can have him.
I'd rather have Skylar Thompson than Kenny Pickett. The hell you gonna call?
I think Joe Flacco would be a good one.
Joe Flacco would be a nice one. Joe Flacco would be a nice one.
And you don't give up nothing for Joe Flacco.
No. But at the same time, he signed with the Colts, so I don't know if they would deal him. Because somebody said, you like that vet being around your guy.
Yep.
And he's there for Anthony Richardson. So maybe he's trying to teach him how to throw. And you don't know if Joe would even want to go there. Exactly. I mean, he signed with the Colts. So, I mean.
Mason, Todd said, what about Mason Rudolph?
The Titans might be 2-0 if Mason Rudolph was their starting quarterback. That's sad for me to say as a big Will Levis guy. I like Levis. I like his mayonnaise and banana peel eating ass, but
Logan, you're right. So if Stafford's out,
Stetson Bennett
time, baby.
I mean, I know they got Jimmy G, but to me,
Jimmy just hands ball.
To me,
well, they ain't got receivers. They probably should just bring Jimmy in.
Well, exactly. Kyron Williams be getting all the handoffs then. But let me tell you about we're on this Cardinals-Rams game. Let me tell you about my heartbreaking bet loss of the week.
Call Andy, see what he'll take for Carson.
This was
What about Carson Wentz?
Nah, I mean, sure, why not? I'd rather have Flacco. I'm done on the Wentz train.
Wentz or yeah. I mean, I guess so. What, you win 2 more games? I guess with Wentz instead of Thompson.
Yeah,
wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, but let me tell you about my heartbreaking bet of the week. I lost on. It was this Cardinals-Rams game. It was my last piece. James Conner, really good pass catching back. Catches balls every week. I needed 12 receiving yards. 12. He had 1 catch for 2 yards on the first drive of the game. I'm like, yeah, we're going to hit this. That's all I needed left. 12 receiving yards. Well, obviously they blew out the Rams, so he did not catch another pass the whole game. I was heartbroken. Oh, I was heartbroken. My bank account was hurting. Oh, it was sad. That was my big.
That was a sad day.
That was my gambling loss of the weekend. Game of the day, and it
yo, you guys new to the page? Smash that follow for us, man. On the road to 10,000 followers.
It lived up to the hype. Bengals Chiefs.
Kansas City
really
Chiefs.
Did.
This was a good game.
Won the game 26-25. There's a lot of salty Bengal fans out there saying that you can run through a receiver, and it shouldn't have been a penalty on the pass interference at the end of the game. But I said last week that I wasn't really worried about the Bengals because I felt like they were looking ahead to Kansas City, and New England was awful. So you got to do that. You got to do that.
Got to put the puzzle in.
But we said that we thought I thought that the Bengals were just looking ahead to Kansas City, and New England we're going to beat them with nobody, and then they lost to the Patriots, and oh no, what happened? Oh, we lost our camera over here. Hold on, boys. Jeffrey moving everything and making us out of stuff. There we go. Oh no, you're fine. But anyway, Burrow and the Bengals, they looked as expected. They played really well. They really do, man. They own Kansas City. I mean, they really do, man. I thought they had that game won. They had it won. Kansas, Patty, Chief, they didn't play good. Biggest loss from this game for the Chiefs was Isaiah Pacheco, broken fibula.
Bullshit call.
6. Huh?
That's shitty.
You think that was a bad call?
I think it's a bad. I think it was a penalty. I just think it was weak. I just think it was weak.
So you don't want them to call it at the end of a game?
I mean, not that. I mean, it wasn't blunt, like it wasn't bluntly.
You want me to call it in the first quarter, but
if
not
you call it in the
before.
first quarter, it's fine.
That was a penalty.
You know what I mean? But if I mean, guys has been chippy all game.
That was a penalty.
You know what I mean? Look at Jamar chasing him, got ringed around the neck and everything.
Well, Jamar's a dumbass. I'm sorry, you can't get in an official's face and cuss him.
No, you can't. That's a penalty. I agree. That is a penalty.
Can't do it.
But I think at the end, whenever I mean, let the players. If it's bluntly, the guy was going after the ball.
You can't say let the players play when the dude hammered him.
He was going after the ball to pick it off.
But he ran through him. You can't
because
do
the receiver
that.
stops.
That's not letting the kicker.
I mean, no, that the receivers can bait that.
Letting the players play with kicker.
The receivers can bait that.
That was a penalty.
The receivers can stop before the cornerback goes after the ball.
That was absolutely a penalty.
And they can bait that. They can bait that.
Good call, official.
They can bait that.
Good call, official. Ran right through him. Rasheed Rice would have caught it if he wouldn't have hit him. And what happened?
Rasheed Rice.
What happened? Harrison Butker, he was in the news a lot this offseason for some of his takes. He came on with his mounds. Boom! 52 to win it. 52 yarder to send the Bengals to 0-2. Bengal fans, are you worried at 0-2? I don't even know if there's any Bengal fans in here.
38 people in here. Any Bengals fans in here? Are you guys? Is it time to hit the panic button?
I don't think it's time to hit the panic button. I don't think there's so much football left, and
it's
honestly, Pittsburgh's leading the division at 2-0, and I don't think we're.
Will Chubb be the same?
I don't know if he'll be the same, but I'm excited to see him. Nick Chubb was one of my favorite players. I'm a Steelers fan, but I love to watch Nick Chubb play. I'm excited to see.
Dennis Church says they'll be okay. Not a Bengals fan, but they're going to romp the Commanders.
I think that's exactly how I feel. Somebody asked earlier about Joe Burrow. I said, yes, starting this week because he's going to probably throw 3-4 touchdown passes against the Commanders.
Yeah, he's probably pissed.
Yeah, Cincinnati's fine. They played well. They just had a bad first game. Like I said, they arguably could have won this game.
They said Burrow's like 1-9 in the first weeks of his career. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. I believe he's fine.
I mean, he had like 250 yards, a couple tutties. I mean, he had a good week.
Yeah, I agree.
They're just good. I mean, it ain't playing no slouches.
I mean, Kansas City, they had a touchdown pass to like an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
They had a defensive lineman an offensive lineman scored a touchdown pass, scored a touchdown. Kansas City did not play good. They do not play well versus Cincinnati. They lucked out. They lucked out into this one.
Lee wants to know how y'all feel about Young being benched. Lee, you're new to the page. Smash that follow for us, man.
I don't like it.
It's early.
To me, it's too early.
I mean, how's the confidence now of Bryce Young feel? You know what I mean? You gave up on me, but you've never really bought into me. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing.
We don't have nobody.
That's the thing I said earlier. Like, just watching Bryce play, he has no confidence whatsoever. He's so snake bitten already. So I think so,
Jalen.
I feel like they gave up on him too early. And I think it's going to be damn hard when Andy Dalton goes out and plays awful to go back to Bryce now.
Yeah.
All right, Bryce, you just watched us go 0-4 while you're sitting on the bench. We're going to go ahead and give you a whirl again. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. And like I said, they don't have nobody. I mean, it's a terrible team. Sunday night football.
When 2024 Adam Thielen is your guy you want to turn down and watch.
Yeah.
For Carolina Panthers.
I really thought that Deontay was going to do better, but like I said, that just... And, you know what? I don't remember what that stat was. But, Bryce didn't even have pressure on him this week. Like,
really?
He faced hardly no pressure at all. Chargers didn't even blitz him. And he just,
That's crazy.
And he only threw like 80 yards. Sunday night football. Chicago Bears lost to CJ and the Houston Texans 19-13. I enjoyed this game. Both of these defenses played well. For my Bears haters or my Bears fans out there, I've watched both Bears games so far, and even though they lost, I thought Caleb looked so much better from week 1 to week 2. It's a learning experience. He's a rookie. There's not a rookie quarterback. Jaden's playing better than anybody, but he's not setting the world on fire. I mean, he didn't have a touchdown this week either. But I thought Caleb looked a lot better this week. Bears running game. I thought DeAndre Swift was going to be nice for them. And he hadn't done anything.
Man, and that's 2 running backs back to back when they left Philly that I thought was going to really succeed. And one, Miles Sanders in Carolina, and 2 now DeAndre Swift. And I mean, they put pieces around Swift as well in Chicago. You know what I mean? And he's
Keenan Allen didn't play.
Yeah,
he didn't play the other night.
And he was a late scratch, right?
Yeah,
he was a late scratch, and that hurts. You know what I mean? That hurts your weapons and other weapons on the team. So I don't know. I think Swift is going to pan out. But just maybe it's the line too. You know what I mean? Maybe Philly's offensive line or scheme just.
If they can get Caleb kicking, the Bears can definitely do something because that defense is nasty. Their defense is good. Their defense is real good. I really like them. But Texans, weapons. Nico Collins is a dog. It's time to officially, like a lot of people still wonder, is Nico Collins as good as he's playing? Nico Collins is very, very good.
Chicago guy says we did not need a wide receiver at 9.
Well, and that's another thing. Rome dropped that touchdown. Caleb threw him a nice ball in the end zone, and he dropped it. It was a drop. Rome would have had the touchdown there. I don't think that Chicago needed a wide receiver at 9, but Keenan, I don't think Keenan is there longer than this year. I think Keenan is there for 1 year. So I think next year you got DJ Moore and Rome. So I mean, I don't have a problem with him drafting. You probably should have drafted an offensive lineman at 9. But I'm all right with Rome because I think he's going to work
in 2 or 3 years. If Rome's a top 5 receiver, you needed a wide receiver at 9.
I was heartbroken when Rome dropped that touchdown too because they made a nice play. They got in the red zone. I think they were inside the 5 or the 10. And I said, man, throw it up the Rome. Give him a shot. And he did. He threw it up the Rome, and Rome had a touchdown, and he dropped it. I was heartbroken.
Lee says, this is a good stat. This is a good take here. Denver will be better next year with the cap space they'll have. Predicted to be $100 million in the cap.
Yeah, if you get people to come there.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I mean, Carolina tries to sign people too, but nobody wants to go there. But I agree. I think Denver.
You overpaid.
I like Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton is really good.
He's going to build a team there.
I'm a fan. But the Texans, the Bears losing to the Texans is not a big deal to me.
No, we predicted
the Texans were my pick to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Joe Mixon got hurt though.
Joe Mixon.
I don't know if it
was a drop.
Hip drop tackle.
And Joe Mixon, and no penalty was called.
Joe Mixon said that there's been 5 hip drop tackles this past weekend. None of them were called penalties.
What's your thoughts on Chicago's O-line?
They're rough. They gotta figure it out.
But O-line takes some years to build.
It does.
You know what I mean?
And that's
it really
like the
does.
guy that said they shouldn't have drafted Rome. I like Rome, and I think he'll be all right. But maybe you should have taken offensive lineman there. Maybe.
And maybe one was off the board though that they wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's true. But there was guys available.
Oh yeah, there was
definitely guys available.
Yeah.
Because I think they took Rome at what 9?
9.
Yeah, 9.
9.
So, I mean, I'm cool with it. Your Philadelphia Eagles, heartbreaker. Philadelphia Eagles lose
Lost
to the
on my
Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, that sucks. Falcons win 22-21. I'll let you take that.
Leroy had a good 2 good games yesterday on my birthday though. He played baseball, so
that's good.
So we'll take that. Man, I don't know. This Philly team. The defense is like it was last year, and they're young. You know what I mean? You lost an all-time defensive tackle in Fletcher Cox, big, hard to replace. I think Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis does well. You know what I mean?
I like Jalen.
Our edge rushers are bad.
Bryce Huff ain't done nothing.
Nothing
surprises me because I thought he was gonna have a good year.
And maybe it's
early.
Yeah, and maybe it's Fangio's defense or something, but. Didn't want to pay Reddick. Maybe it's time to pay somebody. You know what I mean? Philly's got a little bit of money.
Maybe you guys could trade for Hassan Reddick.
Maybe we could trade back. How is the magician? How is the magician? How is the magician? We could get him back cheaper. I don't know. I think not having AJ Brown hurt. Sometimes I'm always about take the points instead of rolling the dice.
That's my thing.
And Sirianni's always been this way. It's not like that he's changing over time or changing his ways. I mean, he's got to the Super Bowl this way. You know what I mean? The guy goes for it. And Most of the time, his percentage on going for fourth is higher than not and getting it. Especially with the brotherly shove that definitely takes account on that. But
not to cut you off, but did you see Jason Kelsey dancing before the game? He is just a national treasure.
Loved it. He's good on the mic.
He's good.
And Barkley catches the one that usually. He caught like 5 or 6 balls.
If he catches that ball, it's game over.
Yeah, it's game. It's first down for sure. Maybe touchdown.
I was telling you before we got live. I was telling you that I was stunned.
You guys new to the page? Smash that follow.
I was stunned after Barkley didn't catch that ball. I was shocked that you guys kicked the field goal. As ballsy as Sirianni is, I thought for sure you was going to go for it, but. No timeouts.
Well, you did that because then they had to score.
They had to score a touchdown. I get it.
And
I understand.
That's harder.
And they got a damn good kicker.
Yeah.
Koo is a stud.
So you're making them go 70 yards.
But I just thought Sirianni was going to go for it. I really did in the game.
But if Sirianni goes for it and he doesn't get it then it looks worse.
But it still surprises me Sirianni didn't go for it.
And I'm glad he didn't. You know what I mean? I'm glad he didn't. Like I said, I like.
How much time was left when Atlanta got the ball?
Like a minute 30.
Minute 38, something like that. And then Kirk did something that no one expected him to do. Prime time Kirk. He had his best drive of the game.
Yep, best drive of the game.
Best drive of the game, man. Just
J.K. Dobbins, Drake London this week. You're new to the page. Smash that follow.
Drake London. And then he led him right down the field. Touchdown pass to Drake London to win the game. I mean, it surprised me. I like I said, I thought Sirianni would have went for it just because he's ballsy like that. But it was a good game. I mean,
and I think Atlanta's a good team. You know, we've talked about this. I think their offensive line's top 5. I think their safeties. I think their safety duos top 5. I really do. I think Atlanta's a good team. They got good weapons. Kirk, they're a win now team. They really are.
One thing I said to myself last night was watching those 2 running backs run was worth the price of admission last night. Bijan and Saquon are both just studs, man. They're both so good.
Chicago had a question that's been pinned twice. What do you think of the punch on the sideline to Rashawn?
I thought that was dirty. Roschon Johnson said that it took everything he had not to beat that boy. I know that they said that New York, they can't. The officials didn't see it, but they said New York can't
step in
and administer a penalty. Okay, I get that.
You guys new to the page, smash that follow for us, man.
If New York can't step in and give a penalty, okay, that's fine. But if why can't New York step in at least say that dude punched somebody, throw him out of the game?
Gone.
Okay, even if you don't get the penalty, he threw a punch, he's gone, eject him. You know, just everything is all about safety, and they want to take the measures to do this and do that and do that. A dude got punched on the side. Now, obviously, we're on on helmets and everything.
But I think if a punch is thrown, it should be automatic ejection.
I agree.
If it's on the field, if it's off the field, like on the sideline, you know what I mean? I think if just like last night in the Philly game when C.J. Gardner-Johnson stole his mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And he punched him, I think he should have been ejected. You know what I mean? I think Gardner should have been penalized for touching his equipment.
I was very surprised they didn't get him that penalty when he took his helmet off too. Oh, it popped off. It popped off.
I was taking it off.
You took it off. It did not pop off.
Don't you snitch on my boy. Don't you snitch on my boy. He makes one good play out of 10. Don't
I was getting ready to ask you that. Like, to me, like I remember a couple years ago when CJ was in Philly, it seemed like he was really, really good.
It's the same CJ.
Is it?
He just can't tackle.
See, I thought he made a lot more plays.
He makes a couple good early. He makes a couple good raw plays. Like that was a stop.
Oh, it was a hell of a stop.
You know what I mean? And he's like a hard hitter, but that hard hitting makes you miss tackles. You know what I mean?
He gets beat sometimes.
It does. I mean,
he got beat last week
a
couple times.
That's it's a do or die mentality.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little iffy on CJ, but it was a good game. Eagles 1-1, Falcons now 1-1. Okay, that's all the games for this week. Now I got a question. Who in the NFC right now, after 2 weeks, who is the team that, if you had to say, is going to win the NFC? Who's going to win the NFC after 2 weeks? You got the Saints at 2-0. You got the Vikings at 2-0. the Seahawks at 2-0. Them are your division leaders. Does anybody trust any of those teams? Because I don't.
I don't.
If you had to pick a team right now to win the NFC, who are you picking after 2 weeks?
Oh my goodness.
2 weeks. Who are you picking to win the NFC? NFC champions.
Yeah, but I'm thinking I'm going to still pick 49ers.
And I'm going to still pick Philly.
You know what I mean? I'm picking 49ers because, I mean, I know they're going to get healthy later. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I'm going to still pick Philly. That's how I am. Who do you think? Is anybody buying into the Saints or the Seahawks or the Vikings to, like, win the NFC through 2 weeks because they're undefeated?
No.
I don't think so either. And the AFC's the same way. Who's going to win the AFC? A lot of people I know have Miami doing good. Well, they ain't going to win now with Tua. Without Tua.
Chiefs, baby.
I know a hell of a lot.
Chiefs.
I know a hell of a lot of people that said the Ravens.
Todd said it's going through Philly. Dennis Church said Niners.
I think it's still going through Philly. Like I said, they're Saquon catching that ball away from winning last night. I think it's going through Philly. And Jalen Hurts running last night was it
looked good, didn't it?
It looked good. They need to run him more. Because he's an all right passer. And the biggest thing last night to me was they didn't have A.J. Brown. And they said A.J. Brown is probably going to miss a few weeks. So
we got New Orleans this week.
That's interesting.
Rewind with Romeo. Hot take here. Pump the brakes.
Rewind with Romeo.
Saying Niners not making the playoffs.
Come on, Rewind. Come on, Rome. Not making the playoffs.
Zodiac wants to know. So if we go 5-0, then what?
Well, if you go 5-0, you're 5-0. I mean, who do the Vikings play? Let's see. Let's pull this up.
No Debo, no CMC.
Let's see.
Rewind's on something here. Rewind with Romeo. What do you guys think about the Eagles and Saints game? I'm nervous.
I'm interested in this one.
I'm nervous.
I'm interested. The Vikings got the Texans next. Then they got the Packers with no Jordan Love. Then they got the Jets. Yeah, they're not going 5-0. They're not going 5-0.
Then they got a bye week? 5-0 and a bye week come week 6.
No way.
They would be the #1 team in the NFL.
Yeah, if the Minnesota Vikings, I'll tell you what.
Because that'd be getting through the Houston, Niners, and #1 team.
No way.
#1 team. Skull, #1 team.
Jets, Texans, Packers, next 3 games. Or Texans, Packers, Jets, next 3 games for Vikings.
If they win all those.
No way they're 5-0. No way. Adrian, if they're 5-0, I will send you something.
Would you trade Shaheed for Pittman at this point?
Yes. Yes, because Anthony Richardson can't throw, and Rashid Shaheed, all he does is score touchdowns.
All he does is score.
All right, so you want to do dog of the week before we give our pick for Thursday night?
Todd said Vikings losing all 3. Zodiac says bet.
Hey, bet. You ain't got to send me nothing. I'm just saying, if they're 5-0, I'll send you something. I'm not telling you what. I'll send you something.
Maybe a bottle of Astroglide.
Yeah, something like that.
Because the next 10 games are going to be fucking.
Yeah, you're going to need it. You're going to need it. Oh, hey, real quick, let's talk about this. You know the Shannon Sharp live where he's, oh, my Michelle. You know that what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Do you think that was set up?
No.
Because I do now.
Why?
Because all of a sudden Shannon Sharp, all these ads are popping up for some wiener peel. Yeah. I think it was all. I think it was all fake. I think it was all fake.
I don't think so.
I think it was all fake. Yeah, he's got some.
He's
got some bricked up pill now.
I mean, could you imagine though that like he could have lost like endorsements and stuff?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I don't think that.
I don't know.
I mean, unless like all them people knew about it.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because he could. I mean, he could have got shut down. You know what I mean? People could have like. If people would have like went against this and like mad about this, you know what I mean? They could have flipped the script on him.
I don't know. I just find it weird as soon as which I mean, they might have reached out to him and said, hey, we heard you giving it hell. We want you to endorse our pill. We heard you on my Michelle, growling like a grizzly bear. All right, we'll see. All right, so dog of the week. Every week we do our player of the week. It's our dog of the week. Last week, our dogs of the week. Mine was Chris Boswell. I don't remember who yours was.
J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins could go back to back.
Back to back to back.
Who you got? Who's your dog of the week this week? And who's your guys' dog of the week? Who was your best player this week? Doesn't have to be NFL. Could be college. Could be anybody.
Dog of the week.
Dog of the week. Could be a little leaguer. Could be anybody.
We're going to go on the other side of the ball.
Oh, I like it.
Week 1 we went on offense.
Oh,
you went kicker. You threw a curveball.
I already know who you're going with. But was it a losing effort?
It was a losing effort.
I know who you're going with.
It was a losing effort.
He's dog
Best linebacker in the league.
Oh, no, this is not what I'm talking about.
Best linebacker in the league. Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. See, I thought you was going Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks this week.
And that Aiden Hutchinson, Kamara, them are people that, you know what I mean? I feel like people that you can see it. Fred Warner in a losing battle with the Vikings. Hey, props to Skull. He had a sack. He had an interception. He had 2 forced fumbles and 5 defensive stops. I mean,
he killed it.
Dude's a dog. You know what I mean? The offense of 49ers is taking a beating. You know what I mean? The offense is losing people. CMC out, Debo out.
Yeah.
Probably going to really see if Purdy and Ayuk, if the money's going to line up here to see what they got. The defense is real, and the defense is only going to get healthier as well. Fred Warner. So I got dog of the week.
We got some Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison. I like it. Put your dog in the chat.
See,
Cardinals for the Super Bowl, Jagger said.
See, my dog of the week.
DJ Moore.
I'm going to tell you where I almost went. I thought about Marvin Harrison Jr., but then I said no, because the guy that deserves that was Kyler Murray. 17 of 21, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a perfect passer rating. But I did not go with Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray would be a good choice.
And then I also thought about a swaggy little guy with the last name Manning. Came in and after Quinn Ewers get hurt, just dominated.
Slinging it.
But
running it.
And that's my favorite thing.
Where'd he get them legs from?
He's a Manning, but he's got swag.
Milkman. He's got to be a milk child.
What the hell?
There ain't no Manning with legs like that.
But I didn't go with Arch because I'm like, well, he dominated, but look at the competition.
He's making some noise, Todd.
Little Sisters of the Poor University. My dog of the week. He went in and he put up 180 total yards this week and 4 touchdowns on the Dallas Cowboys' vaunted defense. Alvin Kamara.
Dog.
Is my dog of the week.
Dog. Like it.
180 total and 4 touchdowns on the Dallas Cowboys.
And Dallas' defense, no joke.
I know.
No joke.
He's my dog of the week. Alvin Kamara.
Fantasy lovers.
And Fred Warner.
Fantasy football lovers loved Alvin Kamara this week.
Dog of the week.
Dog of the week.
All right, so we won't be live again. At least I won't. You'll probably hop on this a couple times. We won't be live before Thursday. So we got a Thursday night football game we're going to go ahead and pick. We got the New England Patriots, our buddy Neil's New England Patriots, headed to the New York Jets. Jets favored by 6.5.
Jets favored by 6.5. I like it.
What do you think? What you got?
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
Pats are scrappy.
They're scrappy, but they're not. They're not. This easy. I'm gonna do this again.
I think I'm
gonna say the exact same thing I said last week.
The cornerback, wide receiver with the Jets and Wilson, Gonzalez for the Patriots, I think would be exciting.
Yeah.
Man, I like Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
I mean, he's fun. He's fun to watch. We did have a thing. I think last week they was asking. People was asking, do we think Lazard's going to keep scoring?
No.
Den thinks he's going to be quiet.
I mean, I don't think he's going to be bad. I think he's going to get scores because he's one of Rodgers' dudes.
Dennis Church is saying, Pats, people are asking, is New England for real?
No, you guys don't really believe this.
I think Aaron Rodgers and the Jets win this thing.
Aaron Rodgers rolls.
10?
17.
17.
17. Spread's 6.5. Spread 6.5. Smash that. Get that bet in now. Head on over. I'm not rolling with Ratchford. We don't have his picks yet. But go ahead and do that now. I did this morning. Go make all your bets because the Jets are going to roll big time.
Smash it.
Breece Hall, 2 touchdowns.
Shoo!
2 touchdowns. Breece Hall.
Breece Hall, 2 touchdowns.
Breece Hall, 2 touchdowns this week. Jets roll.
Guys, you new to the page. Smash that follow for us.
All right. I got a couple college games before we get out here I want to talk about. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Friday night, these are my games to watch this weekend or this week. Friday night, there's an interesting.
Do you like games on Friday nights and spreading them out like Thursday nights and stuff?
Yeah.
At least you get to watch a little more.
I'm
You
going
know
to
what
tell
I
you,
mean?
we've said this numerous times. Eventually, there's going to be 40 NFL
There was rewind.
teams. There's going to be 40 NFL teams eventually. And we're going to have a game every night of the week eventually.
It's not a bad thing.
I believe that. Every night of the week, eventually, we will have NFL football. Every night.
I like it.
I mean, I do too. I love
like it.
But that's later down the road. But I'm just saying
I was
that's
offered.
how I feel.
I was offered Pickens, Jonathan Taylor, and Higgins for AJ Brown and Stevenson.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Pickens, JT, and Higgins.
Yeah, I'd take that in a
I'll
heartbeat.
take that in a heartbeat.
Heartbeat, easy. Go. Why are you typing this? Go smash that.
Go smash that button.
I like this game. It's Friday night. It's not a big name game, but they're both ranked. They're both undefeated. Friday night, we got the Illinois Fighting Illini versus the number 22 Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Nebraska's fun
I
to
think
watch.
that's a good game. Little Patty, Dylan Raiola is going to go out and light it up.
How do you feel about that? I mean, like some of these people are like they're getting upset about it. Like I mean, like it is like almost the same. Like he'll run down, he'll jump up and down, get his stretches in. He'll do his little hip. I mean, he is almost to a T, copying, mimicking, role modeling.
It's his favorite player.
He says he don't do it.
Yeah, but he does it. I mean,
how do you say you don't do it and then do it?
It's
You know
his
what I
favorite
mean?
player. He wants to be like Patrick Mahomes. And let me tell you what, if you want to be like Patrick Mahomes and you got to mimic what he does and then still also ball out on the field, I'm cool with it. And Patrick likes it. Patrick likes him. He comments and tweets his shit and everything. So I'm cool with it.
Rewind said, I traded Laporta for Higgins and Kenneth Walker. How do you feel?
I love Kenneth Walker. I'm so sad that he's hurt. I hope he comes back this week. I think that's solid, though. But I got Nebraska rolling the Illinois Fighting Illini. I'm excited
Nebraska
about
going to be moving up. You think they got a chance to get in? I mean, they're 20s right now.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in a few more weeks. Now, these are the big games on Saturday.
Saturday night.
I don't know if night. I think one of them might be noon. USC, number 11, USC fight on Trojans against the number 18. And Alex Orji just named the new starting quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines. 18th
I didn't see that.
18th ranked Michigan. USC, Michigan.
That's exciting.
Who you got? You got anything?
I'm rolling with Michigan.
You're going Michigan?
Alex Orji's time to
likes
shine.
the orgy.
Who don't like an orgy?
Everyone likes an orgy.
Everyone likes a good orgy. You know what I mean? No, I think Alex Orji's good. I think he's very athletic. He's not very good at throwing the football, but give the dude a chance. You know what I mean? He's a young guy. And let's be real. No one expects Michigan to win a lot of games.
This is what I like. People argue, and Michigan lost a ton.
18 out of 22.
Like I don't like Michigan lost a ton. People that were acting like Michigan was going to be back in the playoffs this year. I just think
Prowse said he's going to the orgy. I like it.
Oh, well, fight on Trojans.
Fight on Trojans.
Fight on Trojans. USC wins. USC goes into the big house and gets the win. I think it's in the big house. I'm honestly not sure about that. And then another big game. I really like this one. Number 12, Utah. Number 14, Oklahoma State. I'm ready. This is a
game of the week.
I'm off Saturday. I'm off Saturday and Sunday this week. And I'm going to be honest, I watch college football. But I don't sit at home and watch college football from noon to midnight like I do pro football on Sunday. Saturday, I'm going to get my undies. I'm going to get me a snack. My wife's got to work from 12 to 6. I'm watching football.
Joe, thanks for the Cowboys hat. I didn't even see it, Joe.
Excited.
Sorry, I didn't even hear it. It didn't come up.
That's weird. I'm excited about this game. Utah, Oklahoma State. Cam Rising, the Utah quarterback, is supposed to be back. He
Joe
said out
what's
last
his
week.
name? Whose name, Joe?
Who?
Utah.
Cam Rising.
Rewind saying Utah.
Rewind saying Utah. Ollie Gordon, best running back in college football for Oklahoma State. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a good game. I'm also going Utah. I'm going Utah. Good game, then. And then the game of the day. Number 6, Tennessee, Nico Liava.
Tennessee's been hot.
Nico, our buddy Levi.
Nico for Heisman.
Our buddy Levi, he's a big. He's from. I think he's from Chicago, but I think he likes Tennessee. I don't know. Maybe he's from Tennessee. I don't know. But
Best
anyway.
quarterback is DJ from FSU.
Yeah, DJU Heisman. Already locked.
From here now.
Already locked. But Nico Levi.
Don't sleep on Tennessee, Tom.
He says, at least I got Rocky Top to look forward to instead of the Titans. And I was telling him, I said, the only thing that sucks about Tennessee is I want to see Nico. But the dude is up by 40 in the second quarter,
there ain't no
and he gets pulled.
Yeah.
And so going to number 15, Oklahoma, Saturday night, I'm ready for this game. I'm excited for this game. This is going to tell me if Tennessee is real. Can Tennessee and Nico go into Oklahoma and get the win?
I think so.
I think so. I think so too. I think this offense is explosive.
I think so.
I'm excited to watch that game.
But the real game of the week, I don't know why you said that one. Ohio State Marshall.
Yeah. Ohio State Marshall.
Should be a close one.
Close. I think the Thundering Herd will probably keep it within 40.
And then should be a close game.
Yeah, I think so. I think Jeremiah.
Let's go Steelers.
Go! Here we go! Go Steelers. 2-0 Chargers coming in this week. I'm ready. And we got a little special. Sunday when we're live. If you're watching it, we're live every Sunday morning.
Sunday morning,
9 a.m. Eastern.
Niner.
Getting you ready for all the
That's
games. It is. Getting all the fantasy questions, all the bets made. We got in studio Sunday. Rolling with Ryan Ratchford's going to be live. He's making us money.
He should have. You guys should have your papers, pens ready. Get it wrote down.
Ready. Have your app pulled up. Whatever you like to do your sports wagering on.
Be ready.
Ratchford is going to be in studio with us. He's making us a ton of money this year.
Get
with
them
his
hot
bets.
dogs ready.
Get the old tornadoes warmed up. He's going to be here ready to eat and make some money.
Which past Pac-12 team could make a big difference in their new conference? That's a good question.
I don't know.
Oregon?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I thought Oregon was going to be a contender. Now, they did play well last week, and they kind of turned around.
They still scare me, though.
I'm still hoping. I still want to see a little bit more, but Oregon was my pick.
Dennis Church says Utah?
I don't know. See, I don't know. Utah, I think it's Oregon.
Long term?
Yeah, I think it's Oregon. I love Dan Lanning. I think he's a great coach. He's a great recruiter. I think it's Oregon long term and now. But I don't know. We'll see, because the first couple of weeks they struggled, and then last week they played Oregon State and they rolled.
Oregon agreed.
Yeah,
You guys new to the page, smash that follow. You in here hanging out, smash those likes.
I think it's
We're
Oregon.
up to 20,000 likes already today. Appreciate everybody coming in, hang out.
Bad.
No.
That's a nice day.
Texas A&M, love them.
I like A&M. Love their coach they got from Duke. He's a football guy. No nonsense football guy. I like just football guys. I don't need guys who go out there and spend millions of dollars and buy this kid and buy that. I want a guy who goes in, recruits, builds a program. And
How about Penn State? Somebody's asking in the chat.
They're just every year, man.
They're a Big Ten team. They're a top 5 Big Ten team.
Aller is supposed to be this elite quarterback, and everyone thinks he's going to be, a first-round pick in the draft, and then he'll go out and disappear, But, I would love to see Penn State. Penn State whiteout. That's one of the things I want to go to.
That's exciting.
I'd love to go to that.
More exciting.
I'd like to go to that. But I'd love to see Penn State do something.
Be bright.
Yeah. I'll be real bright.
Be bright in the eyes.
Yeah.
Bright in the eyes.
All right, you got anything else?
I ain't got much. No, I don't think so. You guys in the chat got anything? Just kind of hanging out, spitting a little bit now.
Yeah.
Went through last week's games. We can talk a little bit. We can talk a little bit about going to this week's games and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. WWE, whatever. The mics are open for 5 or 10 minutes or so. Thoughts on Bowers? We both like Brock Bowers.
He's a stud. He's a stud.
Both
He's
like Brock Bowers.
He's going to be the next, like, Kelsey, Kittle, Mark Andrews, Laporta. He's going to be a dog. He's the next elite tight end. Can you imagine when he gets a quarterback?
Yeah. How long does Adams hang out there?
I don't know how much his contract is, to be honest.
Yeah, but that don't matter.
I know. Well, I mean, years was. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people.
I mean, because now if they go get like I just don't think they're going to finish. They're going to finish middle of the pack, maybe higher than middle. You know what I mean? So what do you think you do? I mean, do you go next?
I'm acknowledging my tribal chief Raymond Reigns right now.
If they don't win a lot this year, but win more than they lose.
Listen, a lot of people thought that Devontae Adams, if they were out of it at this trade deadline, a lot of people said Devontae Adams is going to be a Jet by trade deadline. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And when do I think Roman Reigns?
Bryce Young to the Raiders.
Yeah,
that'd be better.
That'd be maybe.
I mean, at least he'd have a wide receiver.
Maybe. But Roman. Somebody asked Roman Reigns question.
How about Roman Reigns? When will we see him reunite with Usos?
Hopefully soon. I think around Survivor.
Jimmy's back.
I think around Jimmy ain't back yet.
He's healthy.
Yeah, he's
healthy.
Soon. I think we'll have something at Survivor Series. I think they'll be in Survivor Series together. So November. Into November.
Little WWE question.
War games. I love war games. I watch it. You know, the football season kills my wrestling time. I didn't watch any wrestling last night. I watched like the first 15 minutes before the football game kicked off, and then I turned it to football. I got to go after this. That's what I'm going home to do. I'm going home to watch wrestling.
Finish your wrestling shows.
Yeah,
oh wait, no. Home. Oh no! At WWE Skull Out. What do you think of Cody Reigns?
I think Cody's reign, it's been a little bit underwhelming, but Cody's the biggest star in the business right now. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Who's going to take the belt from him? Roman?
No idea. No idea. It's going to be a long time. No idea.
Yeah, they're going to let him hold it for a long time.
A lot of people really think The Rock might take it from him at Mania next year.
I don't see that.
I don't either. I think he's going to have it for a long time. But honestly, I think if I had to pick somebody, I think it's going to be Roman, because there's a lot of people.
Braun Breaker, Todd said.
I love Braun Breaker. There's a lot of people that say Roman, the Netflix people, Raw moves to Netflix in January. And a lot of people said the Netflix executives want Roman on Raw, and they want Roman as the champion. I mean, money talks,
baby.
And that's simple.
You know who I want back in the champion? Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, that's something that like you can tell, like, wrestling, when Seth and Roman and those guys aren't on every week,
it's not at its peak.
It's not as good. Now it's still great, and I still love it, but it's not as good.
I think Cena versus Cody is a possibility before Cena retires.
I believe that, because like Cena's going to wrestle a lot of big names before he goes,
and lose a lot. You think Cena's going to go on like a big losing thing?
No, I think they'll mix it in. I think he'll win some matches. I don't think he's going to win like a world title or something.
You don't think he'll win one more?
No, I don't. I think he should. I think they should. I think he should. I think they should let him beat Flair's record. I think they should let him win one more.
So what's him and Roman? I mean, him and Randy. Is Randy one under him?
Randy is 1 or 2 under him. I want to say 2.
Because it would be cool if like they gave Randy a shot and Randy won.
I agree.
And then he beat Randy, you know what I mean, or something like that for a little while.
Drew McIntyre, Punk. CM Punk.
CM Punk, baby. I want to see John Cena versus Seth Rollins.
I want to see Seth versus everybody.
Hey, you new to the page, smash that follow. I love Seth.
We're at the point of our show
Randy
now.
Randy is 2 under him.
That's what I thought. Randy was 2 under him. We're at the point of our show now. We're just taking anything if you guys want to talk about. So,
yeah, we're just kind of coming in, hanging out.
So if you got any wrestling questions, football questions, basketball questions, baseball questions,
whatever,
anything.
Open mics.
Open mic, food.
No.
Anything.
Open, man.
We love food.
I love food.
I'm going to make me a
What'd you eat this morning?
Scrambled eggs and sausage.
Scrambled eggs and sausage. I went to Jamestown and got some little sliders, some little ham and pepper jack sliders.
I like that. What do you think about the New Day? They're all-time greats, but I am not a big fan. What do I think about Gunther? I love Gunther. He hates Gunther.
I hate Gunther.
I got a question. Where do you see the Astros? The Astros, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I haven't followed a lot of baseball this year. I have not. I am a Cincinnati Reds fan, and I really thought that we were going to be really, really freaking good this year, and we are absolutely not. So I honestly don't know. I haven't followed much baseball this year.
You guys new to the page, smash that follow for us.
But I think the Dodgers are going to win it all.
Man, Otani's good.
Otani is such a unicorn, man.
I seen they had on like one game, they walked Otani, and then just because they didn't want him to hit, you know what I mean? And then the guy right behind him hit a home run.
I'm a Pirates fan. Yeah, see, you know what it's like being a
Astros World Series or see Astros or Yankees. Or you see Astros or Yankees.
Astros or Yankees versus the Dodgers. I could see that. I could see Astros in World Series. I mean, are they the best team record wise in the AL?
I'm not sure.
Of course you're not sure. You don't watch fucking baseball at all.
I don't watch baseball, bro.
Yankees and Guardians. I didn't know the Guardians were that good this year.
Aaron Judge is my best player. Is the best player in baseball, in my opinion.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if he's the best player in baseball, but he might be. I mean, if you need a hit, I'm not telling you you're wrong. I just think Otani he's so tough, man. Get ready, man. Ellie De La Cruz coming.
Dog.
He's such a dog. He still strikes out a lot, but man, he's so fast.
That's Leroy on the bases.
It's so crazy how good he is.
Leroy flies around them bases. He'll bait him. He'll bait him into throwing behind him.
Hey, thank you very much. We love when you say I'm awesome.
Hey, appreciate you guys. You guys new to the page. Smash that follow, man. We appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out.
Aaron Judge is the Astros.
Welcome to the family.
I believe that wholeheartedly, 100%. Huh?
Maybe.
I mean, I think he did. How do you? Obviously, I'm not a multi-millionaire, and I would love to be. Please click follow and share all of our videos. I'd love to know that if you could have millions of dollars just being bet out of your account and you didn't even notice. You know, I would love to be able to experience that. I had no idea that I lost millions of dollars. I had no clue.
That'd be crazy.
Wouldn't it be wild? I don't know. I think he did it too. But there was no way in hell that Major League Baseball was going to let Otani get busted for something.
How hot he is.
He is a unicorn, and MLB prints their own money with Otani's face on it. No way they was doing that.
How is the other guy that what is it, Yodamoto, or the other guy they signed with Otani?
You know, honestly, I don't know.
Because they signed two, like
the other Japanese pitcher that was like the top pitcher out of Japan.
Yeah, how has he been doing?
Yeah, how's he doing? Somebody tell us. Like I said, I don't follow baseball that much. I watch Cincinnati Reds games. Yamamoto.
Well, he won yesterday, came back from injury. Hey, good deal. So they get them all clicking on cylinders. That's a tough team, and fucking old boy ain't even pitched yet.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I do follow the Padres a lot. I'm a big Tatis fan. Tatis is my favorite player in baseball. I love Fernando Tatis Jr.
He's got that swag.
He's got that swag. I like that.
He just came back from injury and looks good as before.
Good.
Saul Kirk Cousins is the guy no matter. He is playing for Falcons. What?
Kirk Cousins' dog
is the guy. Yeah, he is a dog.
No, Otani's not supposed to pitch in the playoffs. He's supposed to not pitch till next season. That's what I heard. He might pitch in the playoffs. Man, I don't know. That'd be wild.
That would be wild.
That'd be wild. It's just so crazy to be such a good hitter and then to be such a good pitcher as well.
Yeah, but
it's just insane.
It's just crazy. Like you go from kids, you know what I mean, when 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 9th graders, you know what I mean, kids are going in that they play all, like you don't have in 7th grade, 8th grade, you don't have, and I know that's a long ways away.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean, you don't have kids that just only pitch.
Well, you know what? They probably need to. They probably need to. Because that's one of the biggest things these days is people push kids too fucking far.
Like to do everything, you know what I mean?
Like you know, you see kids go out and pitch a game, and then they're back the next night pitching again, and pitching again, and next thing you know, this kid needs Tommy John, and his arm's shit, and they need to police that shit.
But even if you do police it, it's injuries still happen. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it is just force of other sports. You know what I mean?
Why people in Greece hate waking up at dawn? Because dawn is tough on Greece.
I like it.
Oh, goodness. No.
You guys new to the page, smash that follow, hanging in, just talking some sports right now. Do you think Eagles got lucky winning 2018? I think luck plays in everything.
Everything.
You know what I mean? Luck plays in everything.
Team.
I mean, we had some good luck plays going into the playoff.
Dude, the UFC. I don't watch a lot of UFC because I'm going to be honest. I'm getting older, and I have early bedtime. I go sleep early, man. I mean, that's what it is. I go sleep early, so I don't make it through a lot of UFC events. But I seen this shit at the Sphere.
It was cool.
It was so freaking badass, and I'm all for it. I want everything at the Sphere.
But how many people does it seat?
I don't know how many. We got the Google right in front of us. It can't be too many. I can't go to grocery stores. The cashiers are always checking me out. How many does the Sphere?
You guys new to the page, smash that follow for us, man. Coming in, hanging out, just talking some sports, talking a little bit of everything right
18,600.
It's not enough.
Well, it's not enough for
big events,
like a Super Bowl,
or probably any big WWE events. Right?
See, I could see a wrestling event. I could see WWE, yeah, but it would be so much money.
Yeah, because
there's 18,000 seats and standing room for 20,000. So you can fit 20K in there. You can fit 20K. So that you could go. I could see the WWE doing an event there, something like that.
How many?
20K.
Do you know how many the Colts Stadium? Isn't that where they're going to?
Royal Rumble.
Do you know how many that one holds?
100.
70.
Yeah.
So that's 50,000 less tickets. You know what I mean? So that's just I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. It would be like top dollar. You got to remember, like the Major League Baseball, they did the Field of Dreams game, where they play that game where the Field of Dreams on the Field of Dreams Stadium. Well, it only holds hardly nobody, but they jack up the price. So I mean, regular fans can't go, but rich people would love to take advantage of it. So I could see that. I could see them doing something there.
Yeah, because I mean, heck, at that UFC event, I mean, 20,000 seats. I mean, I'm sure they fill that up every week, every big event.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And with Sugar and them,
I'm gonna tell you what, WWE's getting they're getting prices are getting ridiculous. I looked the other day, and the WWE said they're just going to scale back on doing shows. They're not going to do as many. And I looked the other day at Royal Rumble. No, not Royal Rumble. Survivor Series tickets. Now, it is in Canada, so I magically took the Canadian price to see what it was American. And for the nosebleeds in the 300 section the other day, now this was pre-sale, so maybe they dropped when they actually went on sale to the public. $460 in the nosebleeds.
Holy moly.
If $460 is what I got to pay to sit in the nosebleeds, I ain't going no more.
Todd said there's another Samoan debuting at Survivor Series.
Buddy, they just keep coming.
They do, don't they?
Todd, they just keep coming. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They just keep on coming. There's so many more of them. Zilla's out there. I actually ran into Zilla when we went to the SummerSlam.
I've seen that.
We actually ran into Zilla Fatu in the hotel.
In the hotel, yeah.
And that dude was cool as could be. Could not believe it. Like, I thought he was going to be an asshole. I said, hey, man, can we get some pictures? He dapped me up and gave me the shoulder block.
That's cool.
Called me Oos. All kinds. And I'm just like...
Do you think a lot of people don't recognize him?
I'm like, Zilla Fatu just called me Oos.
Do you think a lot of people just don't realize who it is? Because he's not that popular.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he's an indie guy right now.
Yeah.
So he's not that popular. But But yeah, like he was literally just standing in the lobby of the hotel.
What was he doing?
Well, there was a WrestleCon there.
Okay.
Like he wasn't a part of the WrestleCon, but he was just there because all the other wrestlers.
Because he was there anyway.
But he was there and he was just hanging out in the lobby, and like nobody's even around him.
I think Canelo's good.
So we're just taking pictures with him, and like several people came.
You guys knew the page, smash that follow. Appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out.
Who is that? And I'm like, Zilla Fatu. And then the media, they're like, hey, Zilla, can we get pictures? I'm like, you don't even know who this guy is. Get out of here. Get out. But he was super nice. Couldn't believe how nice he was.
Leave him alone. If you didn't know who he is, leave him alone. Huh?
Canelo's a bad man. I don't watch boxing, though. I ain't going to pretend like I do. I ain't watched boxing in a long time. Long time. All right, I'm hungry. All right, boys and girls, I think we have hit the limit for the day. Yep. I'm gonna go get me a sandwich. I'm hungry. Appreciate everybody coming in. It's been fun. Almost 25,000 likes on TikTok. We had a few different people coming in here. Some new names, new faces of everybody coming in. We appreciate everybody. Todd says thanks for the show. Great job. Hey Todd, thank you for joining, man. Thank you very much for hanging out. Sunday morning WWE rocks. Yeah, we like. I mean, we like it. I love it, dude. I'd like seriously. I'd almost rather watch. Hey, we appreciate you. He said we rock. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. We will be live for all of our picks for Sunday, all of the fantasy lineups, all the sports wagering with Rolling with Ratchford live in the studio. Made you guys get up a little earlier. Get up a little earlier. We'll be here till probably noon. Some fantasy questions come in. They come in fast sometimes. So you guys, Prouse has been pretty good at moderating everything, putting it up for us, helping us out a bunch. So that does help. Thursday, who is winning, Pats or Jets? We got the Jets. We both got the Jets. I got the Jets. He's got Pats on tops with this guy. I got the Jets, man. I got the Jets. We appreciate you guys. I don't know. We'll be back Sunday morning, 9 a.m. We might hop on a couple times. If you don't follow us on the other platforms, follow us on Facebook. Go to the link tree up there, Facebook. A lot more updates on Facebook, a lot more stuff up on there so you guys can see. Yeah, because we don't have to make videos all the time on Facebook. So follow us on the Book of Faces, hit the link tree, and it's on there. And subscribe to YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. We